Coachella, Katy and Justin, Taylor and Travis, Keanu Reeves and Susan Lucci, Madonna and Lady Gaga, Tom Holland, Kurt Loder is old, Michael J. Fox is not dead, and Scott and Robbie aren't old or dead. This week on the Swish Edition.
You're listening to the Swish Edition because you have nothing better to do.
All right, we're back. It's April 15th, and you know what that means, Robbie? It means
day.
You better have your taxes done by midnight tonight, or you're in deep shit. You might need a stiff drink if you guys are just remembering that you forgot to do it. I've got, in honor of Robbie, because he had wine last week, I decided I'm going to get me some wine this week.
When it's funny, I don't have wine this week. I just have regular Coke.
Regular Coke is fine. During the commercial break, you could go put a little Jack Daniels in it.
Hey, I got some whiskey on the counter in there.
Nice. Hey, late breaking news that just happened right before we sat down to tape this week's show. Sid Krofft has died. Do you guys know him? He was 96 years old, and he kind of defined a lot of kids' childhood. Now, I was a little too young. I think you were definitely too young for when most of his shows were actually airing, but we've seen a lot of them in reruns. You guys know the Banana Splits, HR Pufnstuf.
HR Pufnstuf, yeah.
Yeah, Land of the Lost. Yeah.
Now, I grew up watching the remake of Land of the Lost in the early 90s on cartoon ABC, I think, the cartoon Saturday morning show. So I remember watching the remake of Land of the Lost.
I don't even think I knew about that. Now, I knew about the Will Ferrell movie about 10 years ago that he made that completely bombed at the box office. But yeah, I mean, this guy did a lot. And I was reading his obituary, and I didn't realize that he also produced the Brady Bunch Hour, the Donnie and Marie Show, the Barbara Mandrell and the Mandrell Sisters Show.
I love Barbara Mandrell.
The Krofft brothers were behind all those shows. They produced them all.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool. I also didn't know, maybe you know this story. Back in the early 70s, McDonald's came up with Mayor McCheese and Grimace and all these characters.
Love
they just totally copied it from the Krofft brothers. And the Krofft brothers sued McDonald's, and they won a 7-figure judgment.
Wow. I did not know that.
I know. I think McDonald's had approached them and said, would you be interested in creating these characters for McDonald's? And then McDonald's went off and just did it on their own without them. And that's why they won the lawsuit.
That sounds like such a McDonald's thing to do.
Right? I thought that was interesting. Anyway, so I thought I'd start the show with that since I just learned it right before we turned on our cameras and our lights.
96, he had a long life.
He did have a long life, and he created some really, really fun stuff. There was an interview with him, and people said, you and your brother must have been on LSD when you created these crazy shows. And he said, nope, you can't be on drugs if you're working with puppets.
That's one for the ages right there.
Right there. I love that. Here's some fun news that you probably don't need to know either, but it's kind of fun. And you can probably relate to this because you come from a family that makes alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
The U.S. Court of Appeals has just declared the 158-year-old ban on home distilling spirits. That's hard liquor. It's gone. You can now do it legally. Now, of course, people have been doing it for eons illegally, like Bo and Luke Duke. I mean, wasn't that their main thing with the moonshine?
Dukes of Hazzards, yeah.
Yeah. And, of course, you've been able to make wine and beer at home. That's been legal, but not hard alcohol until now. So I think it's
CJ was
cool.
CJ was making wine at home before he made things official.
Yeah. I don't know that I want to go to all the trouble to make my own vodka or bourbon at home.
Well, didn't you used to do all that during Prohibition, though, Scott?
I did. You're right. Hey, There are so many. I love that whole era, and I love the whole concept of speakeasies and the secret bars in the basements and behind bookcases and stuff. And that's why I love living here in Vegas, because we have so many of those, like,
I've been to one. I've been to the one where you
yeah.
have to like pull a key or something and you go through a vault door and you sort of roll out into the middle of the floor of where everyone's sitting and they all
Isn't that
clap when
fun?
you come in.
I like that. Where is that? Do you know?
It was
You're
I think it was at the Horseshoe, I think. Because I
nice.
did that before seeing Dita Von Teese once with my cousin Christina. She got a run in her stocking when she came through that special door.
There's a couple fun ones. There's, I think, at least 3 at the Cosmo that I've been to. They have the ski lodge one. They have the barbershop one where you have to walk through the barbershop and then go through a door. It's really kind of
That's
fun.
cool.
Yeah, there's all kinds of fun ones here in Vegas.
Did you know
Anyway,
about the speakeasy in DC? Like there was a bunch of speakeasies, but this was like more than a speakeasy. There was a straight up club back there. There was like that sandwich shop, like a deli shop on U Street next to Town, where Town was.
I
You
didn't know
walk
about
in and it's a deli with a counter and there's a door on the left. It's like a metal like refrigerator door. It looks like the door to get into like Leatherface's lair and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And
God.
you go in there and there's a full-on club in there.
Wow, that's cool.
It
Is it
happened
still
to
there?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but I even forget what the name of the deli was, but CJ and I were randomly there actually to get sandwiches and it was happened to be his birthday. And the cashier overheard us talking about that it was his birthday. And they said, "It's your birthday? Well, here, let's hold these sandwiches for a bit. Go knock on that door over there. They'll let you in." And we were like, okay, what's back there? And we go back there and it's like, I felt like I was in the roaring 20s because like it was loud in there. You couldn't hear anything out, but it was fun.
That's awesome. I like
Yeah.
that. Just a couple doors up from where our clothing store was on Connecticut Avenue, there was one too on the second floor. It was really cool. And it was so dark in there that you'd get in there and it would take you like 10 minutes before your eyes adjusted where you could actually see anything. It was just, it was a crazy little place. And it maybe only held like 40 people, but it was a cute little place. And unfortunately, it didn't last very long.
Because it was
Like
really
my
hidden.
clothing store. Exactly.
The place where I bought socks.
Exactly. Thanks for that.
Oh, look,
Thanks for
did you
that.
see my shirt? I'm wearing Zsa Zsa Gabor's mugshot.
I like that. That's very cool. I have a feeling that you're going to be wearing some fun shirts over the
Well, I
course
have
of
a
this
ton of fun
show.
shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got my orange tiger. Yeah.
So this is dug from the files of people behaving badly. This happened in my neck of the woods in Oregon, Portland, Oregon. And so this guy went into a grocery store. I think it was Albertsons, and he filled up a cart full of food and he told it he was with his girlfriend, told his girlfriend to pick out whatever she wanted. They filled it up and they just walked out the door with it. Well, the cashier was like, not on my watch. The cashier tracked him down through the parking lot, confronted him, beat him up, and the guy fled the scene with his girlfriend and left the cart. The next day, I think it was the next night, this happened 2 years ago, by the way, but there's some new developments this week. But the guy went to the emergency room the next day, had a shattered jaw, black eye, and there was like a criminal suit back when it first started, and that was dismissed, or the cashier that beat him up, won. But now the guy is going for a civil suit, the bad guy, and the jury was like, nope, you're not getting anything from this either, sir. Of course, this would happen in Oregon. I mean, it's a little lawless out there, but I think you and I agree on this, that I think these are kind of crazy, like like who would even entertain this? Like
Yeah.
only in America would the person that was shoplifting about $300 worth of groceries be able to sue the clerk. That I think the clerk was just done with it because, in Oregon, especially in the cities, people just get away with bloody murder out there. They really do. And the guy was probably like, because the quote in the story was, the guy said, "I'm tired of you bleepity bleep stealing all the time," or something
Right.
like that. He just was done.
There was also reference in the article that I read that perhaps these people were getting these expensive cuts of meat and stuff that they were going to trade for drugs. So, I mean,
Well,
allegedly.
he did have a history of meth problems, but his official statement was that he was just hungry.
Yeah. Well, listen, if you can't defend your own property, something's wrong. And the fact that you're going to be sued by the criminals because you beat the shit out of them when they steal from you is just, come on. But that's not the way it's done. It reminds me of the people who literally have sued homeowners because they got injured when they were breaking into the homeowner's house.
Yes,
Literally.
I remember those stories.
There's been another family, I know this has happened multiple times, that families of people that were shot dead breaking into someone's house sued the people that shot their fucking family member. Well, the guy was breaking into the house.
There's an age-old saying here, don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
Right?
I don't think, and what Judge Judy loves to say, you got to come into court with clean hands. And she goes like this, you got to come in with clean hands. Otherwise, she's not going to entertain your case. That's, yeah.
I like that. I like that. Well, listen, if someone's going to break into my house, they're going to get a baseball bat. I don't have a gun, but maybe I should get a gun. I don't know. But I do sleep with a baseball bat next to my bed, just in case.
Just in case.
And I'm not afraid to use it.
Well, I have 4 cats and they're not going to do anything, but I still have 4 cats. but
You don't have
who's going to
guard
want
cats?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what would anyone want to steal from my house? All of my autographs?
Yes, you have a priceless
I have a crazed
stuff.
pop culture fanatic that's more of a fanatic than me.
I mean, is that Buffy picture on the wall behind you? Is that signed?
It is. It's signed by Christy Swanson.
Gotcha.
I had her sign, do you have any gum? And then she wrote, duh, on there. Sadly, Luke Perry is passed away before I could get him to sign this, but I did get David Arquette to sign it because he was in the movie too. He played Luke Perry's friend that got turned into a vampire. This is the movie, though, not the TV show. And
I'm well aware.
Benny was David Arquette's character, and I got him to sign, she wasted my dog, which was a hot dog. So if you've seen the movie, you'll totally get it. And no offense to anyone out there that loves the TV show more than the movie. I know that there's a ton of people that love the TV show, but I straight up told Christy Swanson, I said, fuck that show. You're the only Buffy. She hugged me really hard, and but I don't want to alienate anyone. I love Sarah Michelle Gellar, but Buffy will always be Christy Swanson to me.
Well, this is the same. I mean, along those same lines, but Sarah Michelle Gellar is always going to be Buffy to me because guess what? I saw the show before I saw the movie.
How did you do that?
I don't know, but it's the same thing with James Bond. The first James Bond movie I ever saw as a kid was Octopussy. That was
How
not
ironic.
Yeah, that was not right. But that was not Sean Connery, right? So it was
Roger Moore.
So Roger Moore has always been the original James Bond to me because that's where I started.
Well, he's the most fun James Bond anyway.
I think so too. They're all very different. We could do a whole show about James Bond. But I want to talk about Coachella. So this is something, I don't know about you, Robbie, but this is something you wouldn't catch me dead there because
I'm with you on that.
I don't like that many people. I didn't know this until I was researching it. So Coachella started this past weekend. It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then they're doing it again this coming weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with the same acts.
Okay.
And
so what are you supposed to do? Leave and come back?
No, people usually don't go to both. They go to one.
There's some crazy people that go to both.
Probably. Yeah. So an estimated, Robbie, 125,000 people per day. That's too many people. That's too many people.
That's more people than live in Walla Walla.
Yeah. And they're all right there. You can see that picture in front of you. I'll put it up if you guys are watching YouTube. I mean, it's just a sea of fucking people in the desert. No, thank you.
I don't want to be like one of those like lame people, but I'm too old for that. Maybe if I was 22 or something, but even then, I don't think I would.
Well, look who was there. This is kind of cool. We got a picture here of Katy Perry with her new boyfriend, the former Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau. And look at him. Does he not look like a 25-year-old kid?
He looks like he's having fun.
They do look like they're having fun. I kind of like them together. So if you guys want to go, you can't. It is sold out. Tickets start, Robbie, $800, go up to $2,000 per person. The big headliners this year is Justin Bieber, who reportedly is earning $10 million for his 2 performances.
To show up in boxer shorts and socks and sit on his laptop.
Sat on his laptop and sang along to all of his old YouTube music videos. I mean, he got a lot of negative press for that, I would say.
As he should. He should.
And smoked the whole time. I don't know what he was smoking. I won't say that it was drugs, but I don't know.
To put on a show like that, you got to be smoking something.
And then here's our first mention of Madonna today. So Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, he's got a Madonna hat on. Sabrina Carpenter was one of the other headliners this weekend. And the rumor was that Madonna was going to show up and do a cameo during Sabrina Carpenter's set, but that did not happen. So
there are so many rumors about Madonna right now.
I know. We're going to talk about it, right?
Yeah,
we'll talk about it next. Yeah.
So many.
I want to just tell you who else was there. I only listed the ones that I knew, Robbie. There are tons of bands there. There's probably 30 or 40 a day. But some of the other ones that I recognized, Moby, Devo. Remember Devo from early MTV days?
Whip it good.
David Byrne, David Guetta.
David Byrne from Talking Heads.
Carol G, Foster the People. Iggy Pop, still going strong at 78 years old and still shirtless. Fatboy Slim.
You don't hear anybody talking about him needing to hang it up like they do with Madonna.
No, not at all.
You never hear anyone telling anyone for Iggy Pop to hang it up and stop walking around like that.
Mm-hmm. He can do whatever he wants. And so can she. She can.
She can, but she's got to hear about it every 5 minutes.
She does hear about it constantly. Some of the other attendees besides Katy and Justin, the Kardashian and Jenner clan were there with Kendall's 818 tequila brand. Benson Boone was seen just strolling through the audience.
He's getting ready to go on tour.
Oh, I know. He's coming back here.
I love Benson Boone.
He's so great. He puts on such a great show. Paris Hilton was there. Chappelle Roan was roaming around.
Chapel Roan.
How do you say her name?
Chapel Roan.
Chapel?
Chapel.
It always says Chappelle.
Like a church chapel.
I know. Yeah, she's been getting some very bad press lately.
Yeah.
She doesn't love her fans.
I'm starting to get worn out by her. So
yeah, me too.
We're gonna talk about that one day in the future. We'll see what happens. We'll see what unfolds.
Also, Rachel Zoe was there, Tiana Taylor, Emma Roberts, and a whole bunch of other people. Anyway, if you feel like going on to the secondary ticket market, you guys can go this weekend if you're anywhere near Palm Springs.
I've seen the Coachella Valley when I was in Palm Springs once. I rode that tram thing, and you could see the whole valley. That's as close as I'll ever get to Coachella.
Me too. Yeah.
And I promise we're not going to talk about Madonna every single week.
Yes, we can.
But I just want to make that. I'm a big fan. Everyone should know that. But I'm not going to force Scott to talk about her every week. But she's bubbling up right now. I've been a fan for so long. I know exactly how this works. She goes dormant for a while before a new release comes out. And then all of a sudden, all these things start coming, and then boom, she's big and has the album come out, probably something else. But so the rumor is that, and this has not been confirmed by anyone, but a lot of outlets are reporting it, that Madonna and Lady Gaga have a duet coming up on the Devil Wears Prada 2 soundtrack. I heard somewhere that it was called Kiki, which seems reductive to me if it's a reference to an older Madonna quote about Gaga, but I don't know. We'll see if that comes out. But Gaga is doing a duet with Doechii on that soundtrack. But that just leads me to this article that Billboard magazine just put out this week, listing the entire feud and reconciliation and rivalry between Madonna and Gaga.
Yeah.
They have a timeline, and I read it. It's not exhaustive, but it is thorough. two people wrote it. It took two people to write this. And they talk about the beginning where the feud started in 2011 when Gaga did Born This Way. And a lot of people, including Madonna, thought it sounded a little too close to Express Yourself. And then things went back and forth. But then, Gaga and Madonna, they went on SNL together once. I don't know if you remember that. There was a skit with them.
Yep.
But then there was a picture that Madonna and Gaga took together after the Oscars the year that Lady Gaga won for, not for acting, but for the song from A Star Is Born. And maybe you can find the picture and put it up on YouTube, but it's Madonna dressed like a goddess, and she's holding Gaga's head while Gaga is holding her Oscar. Then you thought the feud was over if there was one, but then things started going back and forth. Anyway, if you're interested, find the article on Billboard. It's talking all about the feud, and it was a fun read.
I like that. I love them both. So I don't really think it was ever a feud. I think it was just fun to talk about.
Yeah, I mean,
stir up some press.
It gets people talking, really.
All press is good press. All press. Wait, what do they say? All press is good press.
Yeah.
Whether it's bad or good. Yeah.
No press is bad press.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joan Crawford has a great quote. She said, "Imagine if they never talked about me at all."
Yeah. Well, do you believe I know some of the tabloids have been talking about Britney being involved in this new album. Do you think there's any truth to that?
I don't think there's any truth to that because Britney has explicitly stated in the past, the recent past, that she was retired. She is not doing music anymore. She was very adamant about it. And I don't even think Madonna could get her to come out of that. And also, she's not well. Last week we talked about her getting the DUI. And then this week I saw the report that she is voluntarily going into a rehab center. So, I mean, I don't know. Don't count on Britney being on Madonna's new album.
I'm not counting on it. I just think it would be fun. I mean, she hasn't done anything since she did the duet with Elton John. That was that's a good 8 years ago now, right? Tiny Dancer. So, yeah. I think she's probably hung it up. Probably. She's got to stay home and play with her knives, right?
Well, also on Madonna's new album, I don't think she's doing a duet with anyone. Something tells me that it's just going to be her, which I hope is true because some of those duets are a little out there.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about the Apple TV studio stuff too?
Yes. Okay. So while we're on the topic of Madonna, so last week we did say that she's making an appearance on the studio for season 2. She was in Venice with Julia Garner. Now we know what her role is going to be in the studio. Madonna had a biopic that was scrapped. So there was a lot of news about it. Maybe a year or two ago, there was a big casting search and a brutal Madonna boot camp, and with all these actresses that wanted to play Madonna in this biopic. Julia Garner, who you might know from Ozark and Inventing Anna, she won. She looks a lot like her with the hair, and they could do the makeup and make her look like Madonna. Yeah. She has like a dancer's body. She knows how to put in the work. She's a good actress. So I thought she'd be a good fit for that. Madonna was going to direct it herself, which I don't know if that was the best option. But anyway, Paramount, I think, was the one that had the rights. They let the rights expire and the whole project has been scrapped. And so the studio is working that into their plot for this to be like part of their show. Like Madonna is doing a biopic of herself, and we'll see how that pans out in the show. But that makes it even more interesting because it's sort of like life imitating art, imitating life.
I love it.
And so the studio is a smart show. So bravo to the studio for doing this angle.
So I guess the rumor is that Madonna and Julia Garner are playing themselves.
Yes.
I love it. I think it's going to be really fun.
There was a video of them on the Venice canals singing like a virgin, invoking Madonna's music video, Like a Virgin, which I thought was cute and fun. And it looked kind of sporadic. I hope it was just a little fun thing.
I'm excited about this. I hear it's only 2 episodes of the studio's second season, but I'll take whatever I can get.
Yeah,
I'm excited
really
about
looking
that.
forward to it.
Yeah, me too. And if you guys haven't, like I said last week, if you haven't watched season 1 of the studio on Apple TV, What's wrong with you? It's one of the best shows. It's very creative, very creative. Anyway, I want to talk about this is a very rumor-filled week, Robbie. But apparently, I mean, everybody's been talking about it. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are getting married this summer, and everyone thought it was going to happen in Rhode Island near her big mansion that she has there on the ocean. But apparently, Page Six is reporting that they have a source who received a save the date card in the mail that says they're getting married in New York City on July 3rd, which is a Friday. So I'm like, is this source real? Because most people don't get married on a Friday. Is that
I
weird?
did. I got married on a Friday.
Did you? I got married on a Tuesday, but there was just but it was just the two of
It's
us.
funny to me.
It was just the two of us, so we didn't have to include anyone else. I don't know.
I also read that she's like kind of obsessed with 4th of July. It's like her favorite holiday.
Right.
And this is 250th anniversary of America. And she, I guess she wanted to be a part of it by having her wedding on right around July 4th.
Well, it could be true. Who knows? But you know, Taylor Swift is one of the most secretive people on the planet. She doesn't release stuff until she wants it to be released. So if one of her wedding guests released this to Page Six of all places, the New York Post, that's pretty shitty.
Right? Like I would have gone to someone a little better than that.
Yeah. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what really happens. We'll find out. I'll be watching it because I care. I'm sure
That
I'm
makes
not getting
makes
invited.
one of us.
Well, I know that when Taylor Swift was on the Graham Norton show over in London, they were talking about the nuptials and the fact that it was coming up. And Taylor Swift told Graham Norton that he was going to be invited.
Maybe he leaked the invitation.
Maybe it was.
It
Graham
sounds like
Norton.
something some gay queen would do.
I love Graham Norton so much. Do you ever watch that?
I don't really watch him that often.
I
end up seeing the highlight clips if somebody I like is on his show.
Yeah. I just love the concept of putting like several A-list people together on the couch at the same time, and then also add a couple B celebrities or D celebrities at the same time. I think it's just kind of genius. I love how they do it.
Dick Cavett used to do that back in the day.
Yeah, and I guess
there's a famous clip with Gloria Swanson and why am I black? Janis Joplin on the same show together. What a hodgepodge of celebrities that is.
I know. Didn't you just send that to me recently?
I think I did.
I think you did.
There was something funny that happened. You'd have to watch the clip, but I mean that's generational, different generations of celebrities together you never see together. Yeah. I like that Graham is keeping that alive.
Yeah, cool. And I like the whole concept of what Johnny Carson used to do on the Tonight Show, where he'd bring out the first guest
and then sit him next to the other one.
Yeah, then he'd bring out the second guest and the first guest would move over and they would stay. And I think that's great. And they never do that anymore. And I think that's just on our shows, they don't. Not that I watch them because I'm never up that late. All right, well, I just mentioned D-list celebrities, which is a good segue into your next story.
D-list celebrities. Are we talking about Kathy Griffin? No, we're not talking about Kathy Griffin. We're talking about Danny Pintauro. Love him, by the way, so no hate here. But Danny Pintauro, who you might remember from Who's the Boss? It aired from 1984 to 1992. And he played Jonathan, Judith Light's, Angela, Judith Light's son. And he recently was talking with the Today Show about what he's doing now, and he's actually driving for Amazon Flex, I believe, is the specific delivery. And he said he has no shame. He wanted to bring awareness that people in Hollywood aren't always getting jobs, and he has to make money somehow. So I actually applaud him for that. He's had a rough go of it ever since that show ended, actually. But I mean, I've actually met him twice. Once in the wild, which you're not at a con, once in the wild at JR's Bar and Grill in DC.
No.
Random night. Yep. This was like, I forget what year it was, but it was like, I don't know, maybe like 15 years ago, maybe 10 years ago.
And you recognize him?
I did. Yep. I recognized him and I walked over to him and I said, "Are you Danny Pintauro?" And he said, "Yes, I am." And we chatted and I was like, he was totally open for chatting. He was there by himself, just hanging out. So we talked about the show, and I told him how much I loved Mona, Catherine Hellman's character. He was there for some kind of event he was doing. He wasn't just there for no reason. I think that week he was also on the cover of Metro Weekly,
Cool.
which you're no stranger to that.
I've been on the cover twice.
But I also met him this year, actually, in January at a con in LA called The Hollywood Show. So he was very nice. We took a picture together. We chatted a little bit more. He's got to make money somehow, those
Yeah.
residual checks don't always amount to much, especially if a show that old. And I don't see Who's the Boss on streaming a lot, so I don't even know what kind of residuals would be coming out. It's only the first season has been released on disc as far as I know, and I know a lot. I don't
And I know a lot.
and I don't know what's holding that up, but
Well, it seems
yeah,
like a
also,
perfect show for TV land or something like that.
yeah.
Or
Well,
mini TV.
when Danny Pintauro, before he did Who's the Boss, he was in the movie Cujo with Dee Wallace. He
Right.
did an excellent job. He was so good in that. So he definitely had the acting chops. I just think, once you hit puberty and go through the awkward stage, Hollywood kind of chews you up and spits you out. But he's still kicking and trying to do what he can. So props to Danny
Cool.
Pintauro.
Nice. Well, I hope he gets a job soon. That would be awesome. It's amazing though. I'm sure I put the pictures up if you're watching on YouTube. He looks completely different from when you met him to what he just posted of him working in Amazon Flex. It looks like two totally different guys to me.
And that was only January when I met him the last time. So the picture that you have is from January.
Wow. Interesting. So we will follow that to see what his next job's going to be.
Well, funny you bring that up because a while back, when Facebook was just in its infancy, he would post about stuff and he was actually working at PF Chang's in Vegas.
No,
In
really?
Vegas. But he was like, I think he was the host or something. But yeah, so he's not a stranger to these odd jobs.
Wow. Does he live here in Vegas?
No, he doesn't live in Vegas anymore. I think he might live in Texas now, but don't quote me on that.
Well, I was going to go to PF Chang's for dinner tonight and see if I could find him or order something from Amazon. All right. So sometimes the internet gets it wrong. Imagine that. I mean, I have to double check, triple check, and quadruple check everything I read nowadays because there's so much misinformation out there.
Deep
So-
fakes, AI,
Misinformation, fake news.
fake
So-
news.
Which actor wants you to know that he's still very much alive? I'm going to tell you right after this.
This, my friends, is the Swish Edition. And now for something completely different.
All right, Robbie. So, what happens when you get up in the morning and you turn on the TV and you see your own obituary? Michael J. Fox, who is one of my favorite people on the planet because Back to the Future is my favorite movie of all time. He had to take to Threads on April 8th to make sure people knew that he was not dead after turning on CNN and seeing a tribute video posted saying, remembering the life of actor Michael J. Fox.
Wow.
And then what happened after that is that MS Now, formerly MSNBC, reported the news based on the fact that CNN was reporting it. So it kind of quickly snowballed.
I wonder how that
CNN
even happened.
CNN said it was an accident. So, this media outlets usually prepare obituaries for high profile people in advance. They probably have thousands of them ready to go, but they actually went a step further and made a tribute video for him. Of course, Fox has been battling Parkinson's since 1991, but he's worked steadily since then. And people with Parkinson's can live for 35 years. I mean, he could live till he's a ripe old age. So he's actually still working. He's going to be on the next season of Shrinking on Apple TV Plus with Harrison Ford. And but this is not the first time this has happened to him. It also happened back in 2018. They also published reports that he had died when he hadn't.
What is that? What is that quote? News of my death have been greatly exaggerated.
Exactly. Do you remember who said that?
Wasn't it Mark Twain? Was
I
it
think
Mark Twain?
I think it might have been.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up.
I'm not gonna.
Somebody look it up and correct us if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think
it was Mark Twain.
If we're wrong, I'll write it down here at the bottom of the screen on YouTube. Have you ever seen, Robbie? Have you seen the 2023 Apple TV documentary called "Still"? Michael J. Fox movie. Have you seen that documentary?
I have not.
It is so good. It's worth a view. It's basically they took all of the different scenes from all of his many movies and kind of interweaved them with him giving interviews about his life. It's really well done. Really, really well done.
Okay, I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, it won an Emmy. So there you go.
Well, hopefully this doesn't happen again in 10 years.
No, I hope not either.
But speaking of someone who is very much alive, Kurt Loder. Are you ready to feel really old, Scott? Our favorite MTV personality, Kurt Loder, is turning 81 next month. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, he was always kind of older even when I was a kid watching MTV. He was like he was the serious part of MTV, sort of.
Right. The news guy.
Yeah, he was like, when he broke in with MTV News, you knew some shit was going down.
Yeah.
I think that's how I found out that Kurt Cobain died.
I think he was one of the. Yeah, I think Kurt Loder was one of the first people to report that.
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen pictures of him and he looks great for 81. He famously co-wrote Tina Turner's autobiography, I, Tina, which they used to make the movie What's Love Got to Do with It?
Really? I didn't know
that.
Yeah,
he did that in 1986, back when he was working at Rolling Stone magazine. This was before he went on MTV. I don't think he joined MTV until 87. But he left MTV in 2005. As far as I'm concerned, MTV should have shut down at that time.
Everybody left MTV in 2005. I mean, it was over by then. It's all reality shows now.
Yeah. So wish Kurt Loder a happy birthday on May 5th, 81.
Yeah. He's still working. You can listen to him. He's on Sirius XM.
Nice. I love his voice.
Yeah, he's got a great voice for sure. Gotta
Bring him
love
on
a
the
good
show.
radio voice.
Bring him on the show.
Love it. I would love to have any of them. I would love to have Mark Goodman. I'd love to
Nina
have
Blackwood.
Nina Blackwood, Downtown Julie Brown. Bring it on. Alan Hunter. Yeah. Bring them on.
Downtown Julie Brown and other Julie Brown, too. The comedian Julie Brown.
Let's have them both.
Just say Julie.
A double treat.
I bet you could get Julie Brown on this show. I met her, too. I met her once, too. Yeah. Just say Julie. Miss Julie Brown. The white one. There's a white Julie Brown and a black Julie Brown. It's the white one.
There you go.
I've never met Downtown Julie Brown, but...
We listen to her all the time because Dale and I listen to the 90s station on Sirius XM almost every time we're in the car. So we hear her
Does she still say wubba, wubba, wubba?
She does not. She
doesn't do that? No.
She doesn't.
So Cameron Diaz, she has some new stuff coming up. We haven't really seen much of her in a while, but then all of a sudden she started doing these new projects. She's done a show with Jamie Foxx last year on Netflix called Back in Action. And then she's on Apple TV show now that you're into. It's called Outcome with Keanu Reeves. But the news that just came out this week that I'm excited about is her in the remake of Beverly Hills.
It's
Beverly
not a
Hills,
remake.
What a thrill. What? It's a sequel.
It's a sequel.
Sorry, it's a sequel. Yeah. Maybe she's going to be playing the daughter.
Right?
Yeah.
Is Shelley Long still alive?
Yeah, she's still alive.
Yeah. Last time I saw her was in Modern Family.
Yep. She's still alive. Cameron Diaz is about the right age to be the daughter of Shelley Long.
Yeah, could be.
But yeah, True Beverly Hills, one of my favorite movies. It's a fun, guilty pleasure. But yeah, we don't really know what capacity Cameron Diaz has in this role, or if Shelley Long is coming back, which if Shelley Long's not coming back, I'm going to throw a stiletto at the TV. Like, come on.
I think it would be more fun, though, not to know and go to the movie theater and be like, holy shit.
Something tells me that
that?
this is going to be like, something tells me this is going to be a streaming film and not a release in the theater.
I don't know. It could
Yeah.
it could blow up maybe. But you know, Cameron's the one who made this happen. She's producing it. So I think that's kind of fun.
Well, you know, she the last thing I remember her in before she sort of like semi-retired was didn't she play Miss Hannigan and Annie?
Did she?
The remake of Annie? Yeah. And I thought
Oh
that
my
was
goodness.
an odd choice, but
Like a movie?
whatever. Yeah. Remember they had a remake of Annie and it was like
Was it one of those live things? One of the ones that they did live on TV?
no, it was a theatrical release and everything.
How do I not know
this time Annie was black. You got to remember that.
Yes, I remember that
See,
part.
now you remember.
Well, because it was just so stupid because Annie's a little white girl with red hair. So
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
tried
That's
to change it
okay.
up.
Now I remember.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Cameron Diaz, I love you. I've loved you in many things, but the true Miss Hannigan is Carol Burnett,
And always will be.
right? And who played what's her name? Anne Ranking, right? Is that her name? You know what I'm talking about?
No, what's that?
She played the other lead against Carol Burnett. Yeah.
Was it Bernadette Peters?
Bernadette Peters was in it.
Yeah.
She was in it. Yeah.
And Tim Curry was in it?
It was very Broadway heavy. A lot of Broadway people in that movie. Yeah. Well, since you brought up Cameron Diaz, I'll tell you that I watched her most recent movie. It's called Outcome. It's a movie. It's on Apple TV Plus. It just came out this past April 10th, which I believe.
I said show, but yeah, it's a movie.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm here to correct you because you don't know everything. Like, even though you said you did. Anyway, this is a movie, and I didn't know this till after I watched it, that the whole movie was put together by Jonah Hill. So Jonah Hill not only wrote it, but he also directed it, and he stars in it. It's kind of a very dark,
I'm out.
moody comedy. And have you seen Jonah Hill lately?
I'd rather not.
He lost like half of his weight. He's like a completely different person. It's very bizarre, but he plays a very super annoying character in this. Anyway, it's Keanu Reeves, Cameron Diaz, Matt Bomer, David Spade, Laverne Cox, Susan Lucci, Martin Scorsese, and Drew Barrymore as herself. Everyone else plays a character, but it's just the most bizarre cast. And basically it's about Keanu Reeves, who's an actor who there's a video out there that he's trying to stop. And he's a really big time A-list actor like Keanu. And he wants this video not to get out. So he's going around doing an apology tour to all the people that he's wronged in the past to try to figure out who's behind this video. That's what the whole movie is
What's
about.
in the video?
I can't tell you that.
I got to watch the movie with Jonah Hill to figure it out.
Yeah, you have to watch it. But let me tell you.
All right, we have Apple TV. I will watch it.
It's fun, and it's only an hour and 23 minutes long, so it's not going to take.
Did you like it better? Did you like it better than the drama?
Yes, I enjoyed it more than the drama. Yeah.
Okay.
But Dale, who watched this movie with me on Sunday night, hated every second of it and wanted to stop. He wanted to leave.
Dale hates a lot of things, though.
You got it. Yeah, he did not like this movie. And I didn't love it, but my favorite scene was with Susan Lucci. And I thought this was so great because you know Susan Lucci. She played Erica Kane on All My Children for like
she was nominated for an
years.
Emmy for like 20 years and never won. And then she finally did.
And then when All My Children ended, she was on Devious Maids, which, did you ever see Devious Maids?
I remember the title, but I don't remember anything else about it.
It was so good. It was so good. Very soapy, but nighttime soapy. And it was fun. It was really fun. But Susan Lucci had the best scene. She plays Keanu's mother in this movie. And she's also a cast member on The Real Housewife of Beverly Hills. Her character is.
Okay.
And it's really funny, and I think it's one of the best scenes in the whole movie, and she's only in it for, like, 3-4 minutes, but it's one of the best scenes I've seen in a long time. It's really good, so you should check it out. She originally told Jonah Hill she was not interested in doing the movie, and then Jonah called her on the phone and said, "I am a huge All My Children fan, huge Erica Kane fan, and I wrote this part specifically for you." And that's when
And that's
Susan
how you get
Lucci
someone to be in your movie.
and that's when Susan Lucci agreed to do the movie. You can see a picture there of Susan Lucci sitting with Keanu. I'd be in a movie with Keanu. I mean, if he wanted me in a movie, I'd be the,
I'd be
I'd
in a
be,
home movie with Keanu, if you know what I mean,
yeah.
and I think you do.
Keanu is, I have heard, one of the nicest guys in Hollywood. He's very approachable. If you saw him in the wild, you could totally go up and talk to him. He doesn't have security. He's out riding his motorcycle or whatever. He's just a very cool guy from what I
Yeah,
understand. Yeah.
that's what I hear. I love Keanu.
Yeah.
I even love him in Dracula.
Yeah. Well, Dracula is a great movie. It's a great movie.
It is.
He was also, what is it? Something's Gotta Give. Is that what he's in? Blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Diane Keaton, that
Diane
one?
Keaton and yeah,
I don't remember
Jack
him in
Nicholson.
that. I mean, I know him from all his big stuff like Point Break and Bill and Ted. Speed, yes. And even like some of like I remember like Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah.
That was a big one when I was like in middle school. Yeah. He was even in this one called Knock Knock, where like these two girls show up at his doorstep in the rain, and it's crazy. If you haven't seen Knock Knock, it's pretty crazy. Go watch that with Dale. He's gonna like that one.
All right, I'm gonna watch that because
Yeah.
I love Keanu. I will watch him paint a door. Yeah.
I mean, this hour has just flown by, Scott. I love talking about pop culture
know.
with you.
It's so fun.
And your eye is better. That looks great.
My eye is so much better.
So
Thank
much
you.
better. Yeah.
All right, I have to finish with this though because I'm very excited because I want to title the episode based on this story. So I have to do this story. Have you seen the new Tom Holland TV ad for Vuori? Am I saying that right? Vuori.
I have not seen it.
You have not seen it. You got to check it out. Go to YouTube, look for this video. I'd show it to you if I could, but I'm not allowed to. But it's called Play It As It Lies, which is a golfing saying. And apparently Tom Holland, who's going to be our next Spider-Man later this summer, I think, or returning as Spider-Man.
I was going to say, wasn't he already Spider-Man?
And Zendaya's boyfriend. He's obviously been working out. So in this video, he's working out and he's looking buff, getting ready for Spider-Man. And then he's supposed to meet his friends to play golf, but his car breaks down and he has a hard time getting to the golf course because he ends up buying a bike from some old man, and he finally gets there and he plays golf with his friends. But it feels like a little movie in like 90 seconds, and it's really, really, really well done. And I watched the whole thing, and then I started reading the comments just to see what people were saying about it. And they were like, "Oh my God, I watched this because fucking Tom Holland's in it, right?" I watched the entire thing, but I still don't know what Vuori is. And I had to look it up myself. Do you know what it is?
I have not the slightest idea what it is.
Vuori. It's a California-based premium athletic and athleisure apparel brand. I guess kind of like a heightened version of Lululemon. I don't know.
They are not marketing to me. I am not athletic.
Yeah, I'm not either. I don't wear athleisure. So anyway, but if Tom Holland is selling it, I'm gonna buy it. So
I'll watch it. I'll get my opera glasses and watch it.
All right, Google Play It As It Lies.
Okay.
And you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, Robbie, I know you got shit to do. You got to go finish your taxes.
Lord, can't they just give me a bill every year?
They gave me one. I thought I was going to get money back. No, I'm not. I owe.
No.
I fucked up somewhere.
That's insane. You can't write off the losses from this podcast on your taxes?
Man, have I tried for 16 years. Have I tried. But we have commercials now. We're making the big bucks.
Good. Bring it in.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week. We'll be back to talk about more rumors and innuendos.
And more Madonna, too.
Maybe.
We'll see what the news brings.
Maybe.
The Swish Edition is a production of Bethwick Media, LLC. Learn more about the show at swishedition.com. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast app or site. But only if you like us.
Cool.
I mean, I can't believe this hour flew by, Scott. It really did.
I know. That was fun. That was super fun. All right. Well, you want to do a daily show?